Peace and blessings, family. Peace and blessings. Thank you all for tuning in. This is your brother Sean Ali here, Supreme Health and Wellness by Sean Ali. And as always, family, I thank each and every one of you who tunes in and shares some of your very valuable time and energy. And as always, I pray that these brief words are received in the spirit that I'm striving to deliver them in, which is the spirit of your brother, the spirit of love, and of course, and always, in the spirit and in the name of God. Family, I pray that these brief words find you and your loved ones in the best of your health, the best of your wellness, the best of your life. And I pray that it is on purpose, right? Because life is on purpose. And if we are leading a purposeful life, then indeed we are truly living a blessed life. So, and I just wanted to come and talk about you. Listen, man, I'm sitting here and I'm getting myself together, going on with my day. And I had an epiphany, that bright light bulb moment, bing, 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 bing. And it was about you, family. Yes. So listen, and I wanted to come and talk about how powerful you are and some science that I have to help us manifest our power, right? Because, when we open up the Bible, Psalms 82:6 says, you are all God's children of the Most High God, right? And when we look at our anatomy and our physiology, we can't exclude our anatomy and our physiology from the you are all God's. It's not just a spiritual and mental verse. We are the vessels. Where you got Genesis says God created us in his image and after his likeness, right? That's not just spiritual and mental, right? So I have a book because your brother is a neuroscientist. So when you go into the anatomy and physiology, you have to see the brain. This is the control center, the brain, right? So if we're going to manifest our power, we need that brain to be able to do it because that's where our power is at. So I have some science, right? The God Factory, your brain, neuroscience for the mind of God and you. It's not a religious book. It's not a spiritual book. It's a science book dedicated so you and I, where we can look at the brain, right? And we could know our brain. We could know how our brain works so we can know how to use it. Because I've heard this saying that we only use 10% of our brain. And I understand that that could be true if we don't know neuroscience. We don't know how the brain works. A lot of us, we don't know the parts of the brain, the frontal lobe, the occipital or the parietal lobe, the occipital lobe, the temporal lobe, the insula on the inside, the 5 lobes. We don't know the parts. We don't know the anatomy and the physiology of the brain. So we are disconnected from our own power, if that makes sense. So listen, we have some more science. This is volume part 2. The Science of Thought and the Art of Thinking, a manual for rising above emotions. Because once we think, we have a 2-part actions that go with our movement, that go with everything that we do and how we accomplish it or not. And that first part is our thinking. And then step 1, we're always thinking. Right? The brain is always thinking, but we are also always feeling. So this is the frontal lobe, right? And this is the parietal lobe. We are always feeling. Our sensory information is our parietal lobe. And and when we looking at our emotions, this is our limbic system, right? So when we are looking at our power and how we use it and make it manifest, these are the three main actions that are involved. Our thinking, our frontal lobe, right? Because this is the executive branch. This is where where your thought, your determined idea, your planning, your ability to plan, come up with all those beautiful, brilliant plans, right? We are always receiving information. This is our parietal lobe. So this sensory data, we are always receiving it and processing it, and it's always in play. Our emotional center, the limbic system, right? This is where our emotional control comes at, that emotional balance. So we are always producing something. This the thinking is what puts us in motion. That's electricity. When you want to move your arm, that's the electrical current that causes your arm to move, right? When you have paralysis, that's when that electrical current is interfered with. So you want to move your arm, but there is no electrical current going to your arm, so you can't move it. That's paralysis. Other than that, the thinking is what puts us in motion. These two are what will keep us in motion, right? Because we are always receiving information, and that reception of information can overwhelm us, distract us, or make us change our idea or direction, right? So the law of physics is an object in motion, right, stays in motion. So if you moving an object in motion, this is what puts you in motion. It stays in motion until it reaches a force that can change it or stop it, right? So you come up with an idea, boom. You come up with that a beautiful, awesome thought. This puts you in the motion. So an object in motion stays in motion. The only thing that can stop you is if you change your mind. What will cause you to change your mind? Feedback from one of these two. See, so when we're looking at the brain and how to manifest our power, because you are powerful, you are all God's children of the Most High God. That's what the good book, that's what they call this, the good book, the Holy Bible. It says, Psalms 82:6, you are all God's children of the Most High God. In fact, the book opens up saying that God created you and I in his image and after his likeness. In fact, hold on. Because I want to get the verbiage correct. And I don't want to paraphrase. I want to quote the book. Listen, this is Genesis 1:28. Literally, this is the first page of the book. This is literally the second page of the book. The third verse, it says, and God blessed them, and God said unto them. So listen, he's talking to us. The them is us. And he said, be fruitful and multiply and replenish the earth and subdue it. Wow. So that's a directive. And have dominion over the fish of the sea, the fowl of the air, and over every creeping or living thing that moves on the earth. Woo! That's power. This is where, see, that's why we can think of so many awesome, powerful, wonderful ideas and thoughts that ain't never been seen before, because he blessed us with that ability to be fruitful and multiply and replenish the earth and subdue it. That's some power. So in order for us to do that, we need this. You got to be able to think, to multiply, to subdue, to replenish. You got to be able to think, to have your dominion is right here. But we all of us know that we are products of slaves, right? I know my last name and where my parents and my bloodline comes from, right? I know we come from a plantation here in the state of Maryland. So I know that off of that plantation, that my bloodline that came off of it was robbed of their name, their religion, their culture, their God, their language, their life. And it was replaced with something that's not ours, right? That's not mine. So I know that this God factory that's in me, see, my thought process is not of my own. So I know that I had to go get my own, right? So I know here's some neuroscience, the God factory, your brain. Man, neuroscience for the mind of God in you, right? The science of thought and the art of thinking, a manual so you and I can learn how to rise above emotions. Because and if you look at how the brain is, see, this is where that limbic system is at, the emotional part of the brain, right? So when you're looking, it literally, these white fibers right here, they are called projection fibers, right? So when you literally have a thought, it's literally projected down. And it's a conversation between your frontal lobe, your executive branch, and your limbic system. And your limbic system will and can interfere with a beautiful, awesome, wonderful thought. And you could find yourself not there. Listen, before we go, let's do a test real quick, right? Let's do a test real quick. I want to show you how, listen, this is about you. I just want to show you how powerful you are, right? So if we have a blank piece of paper, right? This is a blank piece of paper. You don't even got to close your eyes. This is how powerful you are. You could do it. You could do it with your eyes open. Now picture yourself. You got a blank. How many do you have a piece of paper available to you, right? If you do, that's great. In a pencil or pen, right? Most of us have these utensils. So if you have a blank piece of paper that you available and some writing utensil, this is an exercise where you can actually, just like you go to the gym and you exercise, right? When you first hit that weight pile, you're not starting off at your heaviest weight, right? Even if you can lift heavy weights, you don't usually start your workout with heavy weights. You start out with light weights to warm up, right? To get your muscles warm and ready for the heavy lifting, right? So this is a way we can practice manifesting our power, because God gave us some serious power. Listen, he gave us some serious power. He says, and God blessed them, and God said unto them, be fruitful. He said, be fruitful. So if we aren't fruitful, he told us to. He blessed us with that ability to be it. Right? So, and he says, multiply and replenish the earth and subdue it. And have dominion over the fish of the sea and over the fowl of the air and over every living thing on the earth. So let's practice that manifesting of that power. Boom. The blank piece of paper, nothing there, right? So picture yourself. We're going to do it easy, right? we gonna do it. We gonna just do an easy one real quick. Picture yourself. You remember how you got, the old heart shape with the boom? Picture yourself drawing a heart. Can you see it on the page? Picture yourself with that blank piece of paper with your writing utensil, and picture yourself drawing that heart. You can see it, right? Now, you see it's blank. Open your eyes and do exactly what you saw. Man, what? See, and I'm saying this to say we can take our brain, create an idea, create a whole activity, open our eyes and go do it. And listen, nobody has seen that but me, right? Nobody else, nothing else on this earth can do that but us. The birds can't do it. The bees can't do it. The trees can't do it. The lions, tigers, and bear. Oh my. The only thing that could think and see themselves do something in their head and then open their eyes and do it is you and I. But if we don't practice, we don't get that chance to build it up to the big activities. So listen, if you drew that heart, that you saw yourself drew it, right? The only thing that will have stopped you is if you change your mind and didn't want to draw the heart, or you drew it a different way. Okay, now, wherever you're sitting at, right? Because if we understand this right here, the body doesn't move unless we move it, right? The thought moves the body. The only thing that doesn't move without us moving it is our heartbeat and our respiration, our respiratory system. Everything else moves because we move it. So if I need to go somewhere, if I need to be something, if I need to do something, the power is already here. This is what moves me, the frontal lobe. This is my somatic system. Soma means body. So the neurons that move my body are right here. I don't have to imagine where they're at. They're not outside of me. They're not on a clipboard with God. Every neuron that moves every part of my body is right here. Man, the power is here. So listen, picture yourself sitting where you're at, right? Picture yourself sitting where you're at, right? Picture your favorite outfit in your closet, right? Because I know it's brothers and sisters listening to me. So whatever your favorite outfit is, picture it with, you know where it's at, because we all have that special place for our favorite items. So picture yourself with your favorite, wherever it's at, in your closet, wherever it's at, right? Now, picture yourself going up to it, walking in, if it's in your closet and you got a closet door, opening your closet door, picture yourself going into it and actually touching it, right? Can you do that? Right? We have this ability to project our mind into the future that doesn't even exist except in our mind. And then we have that ability to open our eyes and make that future happen right like we imagined. And the only thing that can and will stop us is if we change our mind and do something else. So if you're picturing yourself holding up your favorite outfit, wow, this is your favorite outfit. Now picture yourself putting it on. This is you just using your brain, because in the Nation of Islam, which I'm a believer and member of, the Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad teaches that the original people have the ability and do write our history in advance, right? We have the circumference of the earth is 24,896 miles. We rounded off to 25,000. And we have the ability to write our history 1 mile for every or 1 year for every mile of our circumference, which is a 25,000 year cycle. So we just want to practice how we have that ability to do it on our little bit of individual scale. We don't want to write the history for everybody. We want to write the history for myself, right? So I want to see I'm here, right? So if I'm using this to see my future, right? Now the only thing I got to do is to move my arms and my legs to it. The only thing will stop me is if I change this. So if I'm picturing myself putting on my favorite outfit, I'm getting dressed, right? Woo! You know, now once you got it on, picture yourself standing in front of your mirror. We all got a mirror. And most of us have our favorite mirror, right? That one that you can see your whole self, you know, right? Picture yourself standing in front of that mirror with your favorite outfit on. Okay, you looking man, right? Now, open your eyes and go do what you just pictured. See, that's the power that we have, where we can project ourselves into our own future, right? Doing things that we haven't done yet. And we can do it perfectly. Boom, we can figure it out. Now, once you've written your history in your mind, see, once you've written your history here, see, you write your history. See, you write your history here. That's what that thinking and that thoughts and that planning is. And then you go do it here. I'm saying we got to not limit ourselves to just money, wealth, finances, or material things. I'm saying we can do this, not just with those little items, but listen. If you need healing, right? See, health, you need to improve your health, right? Abundant life, right? All of these things, you write it here. See, we want to go beyond that materialistic things. We want to go beyond the things of this world. I'm not trying to do this for you and I to accumulate the things of this world that's dying and on its way out. We want to use this to create our own world. See, we want to be able to project ourselves into heaven and then open our eyes and go right into it. The Honorable Elijah Muhammad teaches us to create our heaven and set ourselves in it. Where do you create heaven at? Right here. Then you move your arms and your legs to set yourself in it, right? So an object in motion, right? An object in motion, right? Stays in motion until what? A force stops or changes it. You and I, according to scripture, the Holy Quran describes man as the Khalifa or vicegerent. When you look at the description of Allah making man in here, and he say Allah made man and he stood man in front of the angels, and he told the angels to bow down, and they all submitted except for the rebellious one, Iblis, right? But they submitted. That's your nature. The Khalifa, the ruler, the vicegerent, the ruler in place of the ruler, according to this. Bible says that ye are all gods, children of the Most High God. And he blessed them with dominion, with the ability to multiply, to be fruitful, to replenish, to subdue. This is already in us. This is our nature. The Honorable Elijah Muhammad says, accept your own and be yourself. Okay, it's not just me being a black man. That I have a spirit, a mind, and a body. My spiritual goes to God. That's the foundation of you and I. My mental, my mind is the mind of God, because he gave me the ability to rule the vicegerent, the Khalifa, to rule here, to subdue, to multiply, to have dominion over the fish of the sea, the fowl of the air, and over every living thing on the earth. That's a power base that you have right now. This, you came out of the womb with it. We just never been taught how to use it. We never have been taught the God factory. See, this is neuroscience for the mind of God in you. So we can know the brain. So we can know the brain, how it works, so we can use it. Because an object in motion stays in motion until a force stops or changes it. So if you are in motion and you've written your history, you've already projected yourself in it, and now you are up and in motion, what can stop you? If you have doubt, disbelief, you change your mind. That's the force that can stop or change you. Because we know we got people that's written 5-year plans, 10-year plans, 20-year plans. And when you hear their testimony, they tell you they did exactly what they said they were going to do. Because they didn't change their mind. So an object in motion stays in motion. Man, you are powerful, family. I just wanted to come and share this message about you and your ability and your power, and the fact that here at Supreme Health and Wellness, we have some science, man. We have some tools. We have some effective science that will help you and I to make manifest our power and to use it. Not just for the material gains of this world, because scripture says, what does it profit a man to gain the whole world and lose his soul? So we want to project ourselves, right? The Honorable Elijah Muhammad teaches us about the hereafter. Woo! Right? Heaven. See? So we want to write that history. We want to envision that. And then we want to take our bodies and move something and move ourselves right into it. Or, as the Honorable Elijah Muhammad teaches us, create your heaven and set yourself in it at once. Man, that's powerful, family. Listen, I'm going to put the links. They're available, Amazon.com, The Science of Thought and the Art of Thinking. A manual for rising above emotions, available Amazon.com, and The God Factory, Your Brain, Neuroscience for the Mind of God in You. Woo! 2 beautiful science books that address that God complex that's good, that we all should have, because Psalms 82:6 says, you are all God's children of the Most High God. Woo, that's powerful. So let us all be found in practicing how to accept our own and be ourselves. Thank you all for tuning in, family. If you or anybody you know would like to learn more, please feel free to contact us. Supreme Health and Wellness by Sean Ali. So family, call, pay, DM, because it's never too late. Don't care what time it is or what day it is. You are alive, so that means you have the chance and the opportunity to seize your day, to conquer your day, to create your heaven and set yourself in it at once. That is all up to you. So family, I leave you as I came in the greeting words of peace, of love, and of God. I say, Namaste Hotep. Power to the people. Salam alaikum. Peace.